us. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready! 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, watch the ball,
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Check three. Greystone, travel. Go.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Let's go. Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah,
and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On second down, Michelle able to slither by. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Hey. Ready.
Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. 36. You must be 6'6". Get it.
2nd and 13. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Down. 70, Indy. Hey, why 7?
Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 2nd down, Michelle. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Marr now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Devin McCourty picks it off. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
X3, 218, chopper.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. This complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Herbert escaping the pressure right. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Recon, 132 fighter. Check 13. Get ready.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
60 or. First down and goal. 61, matchbox lights. 36.
On first and 10, Herbert. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. On second down now, Michel. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. Third and goal from the 2. And they will run it with Michel. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
Greystone travel. Hey, wahoo!
On 4th down, Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops the... Turn is halted at the 12-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. And that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for. Now they'll try to convert on third. He'll look to throw, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Off the play fake. Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Looking deep for Julio. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coach,
and all the way in, touchdown, New England. Sony Michel with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Got it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Guy, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, 2.
2nd and 15. Going deep downfield for Ross. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bullock good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation. Or go 4 verticals because why not? Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 15. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it. And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half. There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, 75 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one. And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
I'm going to run now.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined. I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts. Yeah, he better figure whatever the and he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of. Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dietrich Wise Jr. able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up fourth down. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Complete to Jones. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Here we go.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Rock it. Hey, Alpha.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert, he completes it to Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
You draw Porter.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Exit. Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Herbert caught by Jones.
While sometimes it doesn't appear like much, the out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, it can turn to a big play. The reason he's able to get it.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now Mixon, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Here we go. 8 lead.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Pilot, 64, weak. Get it.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Motion. Clap.
Go.
Clap.
Hit it.
They'll run on 1st down. Michelle. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
What's the run? They're running it.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8.
Let's get out the field, defense.
Hey.
Go.
Following the penalty, Michelle. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel, 41 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no? You just nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dietrich Wise able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dietrich Wise Jr. getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the end.
It's a foot race. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 73 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Back to throw. Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? No, I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Set, 8, read.
54, line 54. Hey, I'm coming.
Get it.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Uzama. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down.
Right there, 54, right there.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 26. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount